Back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, and with day 4 of Vlogmas, honey, we're gonna be vlogging the 12 days leading up to Christmas. I promised beautiful soul that I would come down and through each and every day that I'm supposed to, and I'm trying to hold true to that. I had a pre-recorded video already set up for today, but it's so much stuff happening with me today and things I want to share, and I'm finna share with y'all. How much I ain't got no lipstick on the teeth, bitch, you know. But anyway, so much I want to share with y'all. I just decided to uh leave that unlisted and come down and do something else. Plus I said that I wanted to, do a little extra video chatting with y'all today because until January there will be no more fuck shit Fridays, I'll be back sometime in the middle of January with Fuck Shit Friday. So they on temporary high. They on winter break. Fuck Shit Friday and Shit Talking Saturday is on winter break right now. Which they will return in January of 2018 to show us there's breath in my body. I'll be down here talking shit and swallow spit again. Okay? But I wanted to, I put that video on hold for now. I do it, I release it. It ain't that much to it. And then I might wind up talking about it in this video and just delete it because I'm already to have spoken on it. But it's a whole lot I wanted to talk about. And I told y'all, since I'm not going to do Fuck Shit Friday, I was going to give you a little extra of me. So this may in fact be part 1 of a, well, no, she called it, okay, this is Vlogmas Day number 4. You might get a Vlogmas Day number 4. I think she called it extra. So if this video run too long, then I'm gonna cut it and then I'm gonna come back again with part 2 of it. So go ahead on now while we sitting here and get you something to drink or whatever, because we finna talk. I'm telling you, I feel like pontificating today, so I'm finna to. And get your little snacks or whatnot, and sit back, relax, and kick up your feet, cause we finna run it for a little minute, okay? Cause I feel like talking to y'all. I just do. And so we gonna do it. Anyway, y'all, this has been one hell of a day. This has been one hell of a day for your girl. Do you hear me? Child, I'm like Betty Wright. He took me, he done took me from pain to joy, bitch. Pain to joy. Unspeakable joy. I'm telling you, unspeakable joy. It's just been one of them days. And, I I'm one of them people, my heart is real soft, but I found myself over the last almost 2 years now becoming kind of hard as far as my how I show that I'm affected by something. Meaning that I kind of like when y'all first met me, I was weeping Wanda, and now I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin almost. At least by the face. I ain't don't let the face fool you. I may be having a wide range of different feelings going on with myself, but you will never really be able to tell because I got a poker face now. You know what I'm saying? And today it was like, for the last, I ain't gonna say today, the last couple of months I've been noticing that I was kind of like not being myself. I'm one of them people that, I don't mind showing my emotions, but stuff happened to me, so I got kind of hard. Like, I ain't letting you motherfuckers see me cry. I ain't gonna let you see me a bitch sweat. You ain't finna be able to you just ain't, okay? You just motherfucking ain't. But I decided, I've been praying. I ain't decided shit. I've been praying for God to kind of like, help me out with that, because that ain't who I am and that's not what I feel comfortable being like. So, I guess today was the day that that prayer, it was time for it to be answered, even though I sent it out months, almost a year ago, to be able to loosen back up and be able to share my emotions and my thoughts with people that I care about. Not necessarily on this camera, because I done been weeping wonder down here, but I don't do it unless it's a reason. But seeing my everyday life, you people see me. You know, ain't no camera on me, and I'm able to be my most authentic self when I don't feel like millions of eyes is on me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I got kind of detached from who I was, and like I said, I had been in prayer asking, God just to restore me back to the bitch I was, because I wasn't pleased with who I was right now. And I guess today was that day because child, like I said, it done took me from pain to joy. I woke up this morning, and as always, I thank God that I was able to see yet another day, because millions didn't make it, but I did, and that's by His grace and mercy that I was able to even do so. So I always give homage to the one that got me up this morning. And then I sit on the side of the bed about 15 minutes to make sure that all of the, the limbs is working right. Because, bitch, you get up too quick, and for one, I'm over 40. So them bones over 40. Two, I have a little illness going on by my damn self. So I can fuck around and wake up and try to jump up. I might jump up and fall down. So I wait a few minutes and get that mobility thing together. Then I stand up and I look in this mirror that's behind this camera, and I say to myself, you the best you know. And that's why I told y'all should do every day. That way, you giving yourself the first bit of positivity that you need to go head on with your day. You already should be positive in the fact that you got up this morning. I don't give a fuck if you woke up and you can't walk or you can't see. You woke up, baby. Somebody touched you with that finger of love and saw you to another day. So that in itself is a blessing. But we humans, and sometimes we be bothered by us not being able to do things that we feel like we should be able to do. So what I do, I get my ass up, and after I get that mobility thing together, I jump in that mirror, makeup list and all. Bonnet chronicle myself to death with positivity. Girl, you the best I know. Girl, you might not be one runway worthy, but shit, bitch, you ain't lost your mojo yet. You know what I'm saying? You are imperfectly perfect for God and for somebody else. Just hold on. That equal yoke might be round the corner. I encourage myself, because you have to. You have to, in a world like today, bitch, where everybody wants to tear everybody else down. Girl, you better be ye encouraged, okay? So, it's still a little bit in my throat. Right about there. It be right there, y'all. And I be trying my best. I be teeing the hell out of myself. Now, this ain't no tea today. This here is Coke. But I be teeing the hell out of myself most of the time. But yeah, I get up, and then I went down there to the job site, and I'm sitting in there doing what I supposed to do, my Friday paperwork and stuff like that, and scheduling and shit like that, because that's my job. And so I just started feeling some kind of way, y'all. I don't know why. I got down there on their Facebook, and I saw something led me to saying something, a beautiful soul, about this net neutrality thing. Now, keep in mind, y'all, we're going to talk about that. I know y'all surprised. Yes, Lady Nick gonna talk about that. I know it's totally it kind of different from what I usually do on this channel, but I believe that the more you know, the better you grow. And it is nothing wrong with deviating from what you normally do. I'm still gonna be the funny YouTube auntie, or whatever the fuck it is that y'all have dubbed me down here to be. I'ma still be there, because that's me. But I don't think that it's anything wrong with me deciding to, use my platform to discuss other issues that are going on in this world today. And I wanted to talk about that first and foremost before we get into the fuck shit, because I'm going to be talking about fuck shit before the end of this video. But I want to stop a minute, because that net neutrality stuff is something that's very important. And I don't think that everybody understand what it is exactly. And I don't have no problem saying that, because see, I didn't understand how serious it is, but it's serious enough for me to decide to move away from what I normally do on my platform, which is reality TV reviews and entertainment news. That's really what I do over here. And sometimes I throw your old story time up in there and stuff and give you a good tickle, or I'll tell you something that I feel like is a lesson that each and every one of us should learn. And if you haven't learned it, I tell you through my experiences that lesson. I try to teach it that way. With age come wisdom. My grandmama used to tell me with everything, used to tell me this all the time: get wisdom, get knowledge, but above all things, get an understanding. And see, I had a wisdom, but I ain't had the understanding for a long time. I got them both now, bitch, so I be trying to share and share, like, okay? So, I feel like it's okay for me to deviate a little bit from where I normally do. It's cool, you know what I'm saying? You may get to see another side of me and open me up to a different demographic of people who may not be into what I do, but they see that I'm doing this too, because this is the first of several that I'll be doing on this channel as we go into 2018. I'm not always gonna be the funny auntie. Sometimes we're gonna talk about some real shit, and that shit may get a little deep. And we're gonna talk about this net neutrality right now. And I want y'all to know I'm not an expert on this at all. I'm not. I only have been doing, getting into politics and things like that over the last couple of months. And it's because I watched Beautiful Soul, and I decided one day to not just watch her reviews, but watch her blog talks and her daughter files and things like that. And when I watched it, she was so well spoken, even though she admits to, but I don't believe her, but she admits to not being an authoritative voice and not being well versed in it, but bullshit. She's very well versed because she was able to reach a creature like me. Now, when I was going to school, they ain't never tell me nothing in culinary arts really about dealing with, anything in politics other than the basics. I didn't learn that in school, okay? And for the most part of my life, I have been somewhat interested in politics and what goes on within the workings of our government, but I wasn't really all that concerned about it because I was one of them people that was like, no matter what I say, they gonna do what they want to do, and I have a voice, but it ain't gonna be heard. I don't think about it in those aspects anymore. I know now that my voice is important and it has a right to be heard. I proved that simply by starting a YouTube channel and having all of y'all come along and watch me. So obviously I'm giving something, and my voice do matter because I have A1 day ones on this hoe right here. Y'all been here since I clicked up in here, and y'all been with me through all of it. Everything I've ever had to endure. My son's incarceration, the busting up of a friendship on here with several people. My ups and downs dealing with my lupus and things. Yeah, I got people been watching me since the very beginning, and I love y'all to death. I really do. And the ones that have come along since then, since I did start, I appreciate and love each and every one of y'all. But I be wanting to talk about some things sometime that matter because I'm learning more. And that lady has helped me to do that. She made me understand that just because at the time I found her, I'm a little bit over my 40s, don't mean that I got to be, ignorant to what was going on. And I will be the first to tell you, I was ignorant to a lot of the things that go on. I felt like it didn't matter as long as I keep my job and I could take care of my children and my bills. Damn, what was going on, not realizing, not knowing, is not helping my situation. And if I want to maintain and get my just dues on my job, I need to be aware of what's going on. Laws are being made that could affect that bottom line. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how we get to this point here. I began to watch what she was showing, and she good at putting the link, because see, she don't just spew it. She let your ass get the she tell you what it is, and then she put down in her description box links to everything she talk about, so she can't be disputed. Now you can come back and you can add to it, but she gonna tell you what it came from. And most of the time I ain't never known none of her sources to be bad. Child, this done turned into a commercial for fucking Beautiful Soul, but okay, whatever, I'm still rolling with it. I need y'all to understand how I got here. And I would go back. I'll watch her videos, but I'm a bitch that I need to see. I'm a visual girl. So I would go over there, and I'd be down there and I go read the stuff. I watch her video. If I don't understand what she telling me, which is very rare, I go over and I click the links and I would watch stuff. That led me to start watching MSNBC, and I was watching Fox, and I was watching CNN. But I noticed something was strange about Fox. I wasn't quite understanding where the hell they was coming from. As far as when I started with them, it was during the election time. I wasn't understanding their positions and shit. It seemed like they train of thought wasn't like my own. At least it didn't complement nothing that I needed in my life. So I stopped watching them so much. much, and I stuck to MSNBC and CNN, and I started just paying attention. I started paying attention to Don Lemon. I started paying attention to Chris Cuomo. I started paying attention to Anderson. What his name? I know it's Anderson 360, Anderson Cooper, I think. I started seeing Angela Rye and April Ryan and what's his, oh, I forgot this little cutie name, Sellers is his last name, him. And I started seeing all of these, political commentators and analysts and strategists and all of that, and I began to listen to what they were saying about policies and stuff that affect my life. And I realized that I should have been on top of this shit because this shit really does affect me. Now, some of y'all that already had it, kudos to you, bitch. I'm just not getting it, okay? It ain't, don't judge me. Hell, at least I'm finally here. What Riley told y'all, better late than never. So, okay, I'm here now, and you gonna love me. But so that led me to start becoming aware of what was going on in my world. And it led me to being wanting to be and becoming involved in politics in my local area. I haven't done a whole lot in my community other than do some motivational speaking to the youth. But I did have a small hand in helping with the election of our first mayor, female mayor that I remember since I've been up here anyway, Ollie Tyler. I helped with that. I was a volunteer. I didn't mind going out and talking, knocking on doors, and I did make some phone calls trying to garner votes and support for her because I listened to where she stand and what her vision was for the city of Shreveport, and I felt like that was in line with what I wanted to see happen, how things could get better for me and my community and for my children because my eggs are still in Louisiana right now with me. So I became concerned, and all of that started by way of me watching this one person. So what I'm saying to many of the YouTubers that do watch me, don't think that when you doing these videos that you ain't impacting somebody's life, because you might be. You may be giving a person a whole new look on life by making a simple video. To you, it ain't that much. It's just something you feel like talking about. So you went ahead on and did your quick video. But to someone else, it could be the beginning of an eye-opening experience that they needed to have in their life. And that's where I was with this situation, with understanding politics and broadening my horizons and my mind. And I needed to be here. It's sad to say that it happened at 45, but actually it ain't really sad because, like I said, better late than never. But I didn't care because I didn't think it affected me, and I didn't feel like my voice could be heard and it mattered. But it does. Each and every one of our voices matter. It may seem like it don't matter, because it seems like they always winning. But I'm gonna tell you something, they always win because there's so many of us that think that our voices don't matter. So we don't get out there and we don't get involved in our local elections. We don't go into these city and town hall meetings and stuff. We don't do that shit because we already got it set in our head because we done heard that at home, that it don't it don't really matter. They gonna do what they want to do. This a white man's world, yada yada yada. And it may be to a certain degree, but your voice matter. And if you don't think your voices matter, black people, black women, have you been watching the news, bitch? Did you pay attention to what the hell just happened over there in Alabama? We matter. When we work as a team together, we are a powerful voice in this world. And economically, we're a powerhouse. Let us stop buying some of this stuff that we buy, us consumers, and see how some of these companies falter. We are the biggest consumers in this conglomerate. We are. And I know that not by because I've heard other people say it, but because I actually got on Miss Google and made her work for me. And I went to several sources of Google to make sure that my information that I was putting in my head was right. Which leads us to talking about how come we need to protect Miss Google, okay? Now, net neutrality. You might say, what the hell is net neutrality? Well, I did some research, honey, and I was sent a clip by Beautiful Soul. It was a CNN clip from Chris Cuomo where he broke it down, and I made some notes so I can be on point with explaining it. Now, before we get into this again, understand that I am not authoritative voice at all, and I ain't trying to teach you shit. All I'm doing is sharing my opinions on what I learned, and if you know something more, put it in the panic, because each one teach one, okay? Put it in the panic, because I ain't no authoritative voice on this stuff. But what I understood it to be was back in 2015, then President Barack Obama had assembled his FCC and decided to classify internet carriers as all of them as common carriers. What does that mean? It means that all carriers are to treat content they provide equally. Meaning you can't have no sideline deal with Xfinity. Xfinity ain't gonna get no sideline deals. Everybody is to be treated fairly and equally in the distribution of content, okay? You ain't supposed to be able to, make nobody's supposed to be making you pay more like what this is going to allow them to do. None of that. Now, Thursday, 45 FCC commission of 5 people decided to roll back that policy that was instated by then President Barack Obama. Meaning internet providers can charge us different fees on certain content or slow down the speed of the internet. And they can even block certain contents altogether if they want to. Now, Chris Cuomo gave me an example of that. And what he told me on CNN is that, let's take Comcast. Okay, and I got my own examples too, but we're going to use his first because his sounded good. He said take Comcast. Now, their internet provider, Comcast, is Xfinity, right? 30%, Xfinity owns 30% of Hulu. Who is Hulu's biggest competition? Everybody knows Netflix, right? Now, under what was done Thursday, you can be charged to access Netflix. Or they can slow the internet services down so bad if you through Xfinity. They can slow down Netflix so much so that you don't even want to watch the shit and you won't watch it. And for Netflix, that's okay. Because they are a big conglomerate and they going to survive. But what about the Netflix juniors to come? Them streaming services we be seeing on, if you got Facebook, you be seeing them commercials be on your timeline for different. I can't think of one off the top of my dome because I only use Netflix and Hulu, but it be other ones down there, and they be trying to get you to do a trial membership and you can watch movies and shit like that. See, what about that guy right there? See, that guy right there gonna be affected by this. I said, wow. That now. Not only it will snuff them out. Also, an internet. What about that internet company that has political ties or is owned by somebody that's in politics? Okay, they could block other internet providers or internet content coming from people who don't subscribe to their same ideas. For example, say we are under Xfinity and Xfinity has some type of stock or some type of political affiliations with through CNN. CNN is going to allow all their content to play for us on the internet. But they gonna block the hell out of it, Fox News, okay? Fox News, we can still type it in www. But one of 3 things can happen with that. Either you gonna have to pay extra to get over there to see it. The internet gonna be so slow it's not gonna be worth you sitting there waiting on it to buff through. Or they could block the content all the way together, making that to me unfair. It kind of like, it's like The FCC is somewhat putting micromanaging what we see on the internet in the hands of big businesses, and that ain't good because they can decide that they don't want us to hear only but certain things they want us to hear, and that's not fair. But it would be legal under this repealing of net neutrality. It would be. They can do that to us, thus in my opinion turning us into somewhat of like a communist country. This ain't Russia. This ain't North Korea. We ain't got no business having what we do on what we are able to access on the internet being costly for us. We gotta make double. We double paying. And what about the people who don't make that much money? What about middle class to low income America? What happens to them in this situation if this comes to fruition? They already pay for Xfinity. Why the hell they gotta pay for to be able to go to www dot? It's not fair. And what about those who work and attend school via the internet? Are they gonna be charged extra to go over there to the Disney Network and see get information, National Geographic? Are they gonna? How does that work for them? So that's the reason why I don't think that it's fair. And it's not fair to us. Let me break it down because I know I got people like myself who thought like I thought, damn all this, it ain't got nothing to do with us. But oh baby, so let me tell you, it does got something to do with us. Now let me break it down for the more simpler man. Bitch, you pay Metro PCS, Sprint, Boost Mobiles, Verizon, T-Mobiles, them, and all them other crickets. You pay all them people a certain amount of money to have unlimited access to the internet. That's what most of us pay for. We don't have that. You pay for so many bytes or whatever like that no more. Most people just go ahead on and get the unlimited plan. We already paying them X amount of dollars a month just to be able to get on the internet. Now, depending on where we go, we might have to be asked to pay some extra. Or we'll be allowed in, but the shit's so slow to load up, it ain't really worth your time and your effort. You see what I'm saying? Let me break down even a little bit more. We pay our internet providers to allow us to have access to the internet. Bitch, do you know Facebook can tell you gotta pay more? Twitter can tell you gotta pay more. IG can tell you gotta pay more. Let me break it down a little bit deeper. Pornhub will tell your ass you gotta pay more. Meaning that you cannot look at these beautiful birds and them wonderful juicy boxes for a set price a month. They can ask you to pay something extra. And I don't feel that that is fair. Now, this ain't supposed to take place until next year. However, it can be stopped by way of Congress or a court can stop this. And, at this point, I was talking to Beautiful Soul, and she told me at this point, the only thing we really can do is just write into our senators or whatever and try to get them to understand how net neutrality is important. I made a conscious decision today to do so, and I did. I did. I wrote my senator because I feel like this is something that this don't need to happen. This can't happen. Yeah, I don't understand. This is going to hurt the common man. And when I say common, I'm talking about middle class, especially low income to poor people. You enjoy doing what you do on the internet, and you should be able to continue to enjoy that for one set price. See, rich people don't give a damn about this because they are going to be able to afford it. This is going to hurt the common man, the working class person, the person that go to work every day and just don't make that much money. But they make enough to just be able to afford the internet without all these extra charges. And that is my concern. I don't want to see this happen. I don't. So I would ask that you find out who your senators are in your area and get to writing them letters because, like I said, together we can make a change. we can force them to understand that this shit ain't gonna work. And this ain't no communist country. You know, that that's all I wanted to say. Now this video here is about 30 minutes long because I done sat here and got deep up into it, and I hope that it made sense to y'all. Like I said, this is new for me. I don't ever go this deep with nothing this serious, but I felt like I needed to today because it's a problem that we need to stop. Not knowing and people not talking about it a whole lot is the reason why this was able to get past us. But it ain't, the fat lady ain't sung, it ain't all over. Okay? That's what I'm saying. I hope that I made sense to y'all. Like I tell y'all, I'm not an authoritative voice on this. This is just something that concerned me and I want to talk about it with y'all. If y'all know some more or anything else that I left out that need to be said, put it down in them comments, baby, because people be reading them comments of mine. Trust me, they do. And each one teach one, like I said. Now, I'll be back for part 2 of this Vlogmas day number 4. It's going to be an extra. And on this video, I would like to say, remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share share this video wherever it is you share videos. Coming up next will be Vlogmas day number 4 extra. Peace.